Used to be you couldn't look at me.
That was a long time ago. I've seen much worse than you since then.
You want to go home?
I'll be safe here. Stannis won't hurt me.
Look at me. Stannis is a killer. The Lannisters are killers. Your father was a killer. Your brother is a killer. Your sons will be killers someday. The world is built by killers. Yes, I've heard. And you were broken in. And you were broken in rough.
And he got what he deserved. I gave it to him.
Oh.
Hounds.
You've changed, little bird. So you better get used to looking at them.
You won't hurt me.
No, little bird, I won't hurt you. Now it would have happened if you left King's Landing with me. No Littlefinger. No Ramsay. None of it.
Without Littlefinger and Ramsay and the rest, I would have stayed a little bird all my life.
Lady Sansa, I was hoping we could speak alone. I thought you and I were on the verge of agreement before. About Sir Jaime.
Brienne has been loyal to me, always. I trust her more than anyone.
I wish I could have that kind of faith in my advisors.
Tyrion is a good man. He was never anything but decent towards me.
I didn't ask him to be my hand simply because he was good. I asked him to be my hand because he was good and intelligent and ruthless when he had to be. He never should have trusted Cersei.
You never should have either.
I thought you knew his sister.
Families are complicated.
Oh, certainly have been.
A sad thing to have in common.
We have other things in common. We've both known what it means to lead people who aren't inclined to accept a woman's rule. And we've both done a damn good job of it, from what I can tell. And yet I can't help but feel we're at odds with one another. Why is that? Your brother.
He loves you, you know that.
That bothers you?
Men do stupid things for women. They're easily manipulated.
All my life, I've known one goal. The Iron Throne. Taking it back from the people who destroyed my family and almost destroyed yours. My war was against them. Until I met Jon. Now I'm here, half a world away, fighting Jon's war alongside him. Tell me, who manipulated whom?
I should have thanked you the moment you arrived. That was a mistake.
I'm here because I love your brother. And I trust him. And I know he's true to his word. He's only the second man in my life I can say that about.
Who was the first?
Someone taller.
And what happens afterwards? We defeat the dead. We destroy Cersei. What happens then?
I take the Iron Throne.
What about the North? It was taken from us. And we took it back, and we said we'd never bow to anyone else again. What about the North?
They all talk about destiny.
She's a girl who walked into a fire with 3 stones and walked out with 3 dragons. How could she not believe in destiny?
Perhaps that's the problem. Her life has convinced her that she was sent here to save us all.
And how do you know she wasn't?
Then there's the problem of Jon Snow. Perhaps it's actually a solution. You know them both. Tell me, who do you think would make a better ruler?
He doesn't want the throne. That's why he bent the knee.
Have you considered the best ruler might be someone who doesn't want to rule?
We're discussing treason.
Don't pretend you haven't thought about it.
Of course I've thought about it. Thoughts aren't treason.
He's temperate and measured. He's a man, which makes him more appealing to the lords of Westeros, whose support we are going to need.
Joffrey was a man. I don't think a cock is a true qualification, as I'm sure you'd agree.
And he's the heir to the throne. Yes, because he's a man, cocks are important, I'm afraid.
What about my earlier proposal? They could rule together as king and queen.
She's too strong for him. She'd bend him to her will, as she already has.
You could temper her worst impulses.
As you have. You're drinking quite a lot. A Targaryen father and a Stark mother. Jon's the one man alive who might actually be able to keep the North in the Seven Kingdoms.
How many kings and queens have you served? 5, 6? I've lost count.
You've always known my reasons.
At a certain point, you choose a person you believe in, and you fight for that person.
Even if you know it's a mistake.
I believe in our queen. She'll make the right choice. With the help of her loyal advisors.
You know where my loyalty stands. You know I will never betray the realm.
What is the realm? A vast continent home to millions of people, most of whom don't care who sits on the Iron Throne.
Millions of people, many of whom will die if the wrong person sits on that throne. We don't know their names, but they're just as real as you and I. They deserve to live. They deserve food for their children. I will act in their interest, no matter the personal cost.
So what happens to her? Please. Don't.
I've spoken as honestly as I can. Each of us has a choice to make. I pray we choose wisely.
Son?
I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to be down here.
Were you hiding from me?
Of course not.
What are you doing in Winterfell? Or did you read every book in the Citadel already? What's wrong? Gilly? Is she all right?
She's good.
Little son?
Don't you know?
Know what?
Daenerys. She executed my father and brother. They were her prisoners. She didn't tell you.
I'm so sorry. We need to end this war.
Would you have done it?
I've executed men who disobeyed me.
You've also spared men. Thousands of wildlings when they refused to kneel.
I wasn't a king.
But you were. You've always been.
I gave up my crown, Sam. I bent the knee. I'm not king in the north anymore.
I'm not talking about the king in the north. I'm talking about the king of the bloody Seven Kingdoms. Bran and I worked it out. I had a High Septon's diary, and Bran had whatever Bran has.
What are you talking about?
Your mother was Lyanna Stark. And your father, your real father, was Rhaegar Targaryen. You've never been a bastard. You are Aegon Targaryen, true heir to the Iron Throne. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot to take in.
My father was the most honorable man I ever met. You said he lied to me all my life.
Your father, Ned Stark, he promised your mother he'd always protect you. And he did. Robert would have murdered you if he knew. You're the true king. Aegon Targaryen, sixth of his name, protector of the realm, all of it.
Daenerys is our queen.
She shouldn't be.
That's treason.
It's the truth. You gave up your crown to save your people. Would she do the same?
How did they find you? Did you consider taking it off?
Cersei once called me the stupidest Lannister.
You're going back to her, to die with her.
You've underestimated her before.
She's going to die. Unless you can convince her to change her course of action.
Difficult to do from here. When have I ever been able to convince Cersei of anything?
Try. If not for yourself, if not for her, then for every one of the million people in that city, innocent or otherwise.
To be honest, I never really cared much for them. Innocent or otherwise.
You do care for one innocent. I know you do. And so does Cersei. She has her reason now.
child is the reason she'll never give an inch. All the worst things she's ever done, she's done for her children. It's not impossible that she'll win.
She won't.
Her enemy's forces have been depleted, as she said they would be. 2 of the 3 dragons are dead. She's even the odds.
The city will fall tomorrow.
She has the Lannister army, she has the Golden
I defended
Company.
the city last time it was attacked. I know it better than anyone. It will fall
Well,
tomorrow.
I suppose I'll die tomorrow, if not before.
Why?
Escape. The 2 of you together. Remember where we met? Where they keep the dragon skulls, beneath the Red Keep. Take her down there. Keep following the stairways down as far as they'll go. You'll come out onto a beach at the foot of the keep. A dinghy will be waiting for you. Sail out of the bay. If the winds are kind, you'll make it to Pentos. Start a new life.
Sail right past the Iron Fleet and into a new life. Sounds a lot less likely than Cersei winning this war.
There won't be an Iron Fleet for much longer. Do it. If you don't, you'll never see Cersei again. Swear to me.
You have my word.
If it works, give the order to ring all the bells in King's Landing and open the gates. That will be our signal that the city has surrendered. I'll try. I never thought I'd get to repay the favor. Remember, ring the bells and open the gates.
Your queen will execute you for this.
If Daenerys can make it to the throne without wading through a river of blood, maybe she'll show mercy to the person who made that possible. Tens of thousands of innocent lives. One not particularly innocent dwarf. It seems like a fair trade. If it weren't for you, I never would have survived my childhood. You would have. You were the only one who didn't treat me like a monster. You were all I had.